on apartment buildings too. These little things, you put them on your keychain. They cost $3 to buy. I sell them for $40 to everyone in my properties, and it makes a cute little sound. You got to change the lock. It makes a cute little sound when someone goes to the door late at night, you know, and it's a very, very recognizable sound. The tenants love it because they know that the only person who just entered their apartment is somebody who is authorized to do so, okay? And if, say, somebody stops paying the rent, you got to evict them today, right? Well, if you got key fobs, you just deactivate their key fob. It's legal. All right, I'm lying about the legal part. But I have shut them off on people who owed me money. And I'll tell you one thing, they can't get in the building, so they got to come and they got to give you a call. Now here's just a little apartment building I have. It's got 7 units in it, okay? I got a phone system in here. I got key fobs. I got TV, okay, cable TV. I got a shed out back because one guy needed it for bicycles. I got internet. I got coin-operated washers and dryers. I got ceiling fans. This is in New Jersey, right? I did all this in a communist country, okay? Right? You can make a lot of extra money. People think I'm kidding, all right? I got $3 grand a month coming in my portfolio from all these silly little things that I do, all right? So you can make some real money doing this stuff. So one of the things that I've done, a lot of people haven't done, is I liquidated an entire portfolio of residential homes into commercial ones. So real quickly, I just want to tell you what happened. My cash flow tripled. That's pretty good, huh? And the building quantity dropped to 1/3. So my life got a lot easier. I wasn't driving around all these different zip codes, all right? Everything was a lot more consolidated, and my life began to get easier. The number of tenants doubled, and that was pretty good too, because now if I had a couple of vacancies, I barely even noticed it. Okay, bigger number of tenants you got, the less it hurts when you lose a guy or two, right? And you know, it's just like playing Monopoly. That's all it is, playing Monopoly. I also have an answering service. If you call any of my numbers, I have ladies who answer my phone and then patch the calls to me no matter where I am. So people will answer the phone. Falcone Real Estate Holding Corporation, you want to talk to Phil? Let me see if I can get him. I think he's in a meeting. I'm at home sleeping on the couch. Okay? But it sounds terrific. It gives you the image that you really got your, you know, your act together, that you're a busy, important guy. And if any of you have businesses and you want to have that kind of image for your business, it's $99 a month with no contracts. So you can try it out anytime you like and see how it works. I had this guy sitting in front of me about 3 years ago. It's $99 a month for answering service, and he's thumbing through the contract. He's going, I don't know, man, I don't know. I think I gotta, you know, show this to my wife, and I gotta talk to my lawyer. And what's this clause mean? And what's that clause? I said, let me see that contract for a second. He gave it to me. I ripped the damn thing up in front of him. I said, now can we do it now? Okay? You feel comfortable now? There's no contract. So I decided to leave it that way. So there's no contracts. Anybody wants to try anything I do with answering services, you can just give it a try. And that is actually the actual girl who answers the phone. All right, I'm lying about that. All right. I make videos for everything I do. If you sign up for my front page of my web TV show, I make videos like when I was speaking tonight. I pumped it out to my list so people knew they could come out and hang out. I also have my own meeting called Real Trust. I own my own real estate investment trust called Real Trust. I have meetings maybe once a quarter or 3 times a year, something like that. I advertise all that stuff through my web TV show. I rent out conference rooms. If anyone needs a conference room, I rent them out for $25 an hour. This is just an example of some of the TV shows that I've done. I also got this thing here I call Zaren Stays Like It Before. I'm not going to get into that now, but you can check it out on YouTube. It's a very popular video. I think about 1,500 people have watched it. I also rent mailboxes. If any landlords don't want to have people knowing where they live, I can help you with that. All right. So here's the part I wanted to get to, is the 2020 vision. I want to share with you what I'm doing today. Now my heart, I want to be out there buying big commercial buildings. But like I've explained already, I just don't think it's the right time, okay? So I can't sit around and do nothing, right? What am I gonna do? I mean, I like to say the market is talking to you. It's telling you right now what you should be investing in.
So interpret that for us, then. What should we be investing in?
I'm getting to that, Judith. If she keeps doing this, I want a couple of you guys to drag her outside, all right? I'm just kidding. I love Judith. She asks great questions. All right. So I like to take what the market's giving you. So what's it giving you right now? Where is the abundance of deals right now? Single family homes. Okay, tons of them. It's not real sexy. Doesn't fuel my ego. I love to walk around and be a big shot and talk about some building I tried to buy for 1.4 million. But the truth is that there's some very easy deals to obtain out there, and you can get to 1.4 million a hell of a lot safer than I can doing these big office buildings. So the truth is that after some of the crazy deals that I've done, I've had to put my ego in check and come to the realization that that's where I should be investing today. So, you know, I love the commercial arena, but I'm not going to do it right now, okay? So everybody who's out there buying single-family homes right now, they're out there looking at all these foreclosures, okay? I'm not bashing that technique. I'm just telling you that I'm not doing that. I'd rather be looking for people who are motivated rather than people who are just... I want motivation, not desperation, all right? And there's just as many people out there. You know about the foreclosures because it's public information. Well, I say there's just as many real estate opportunities out there for people who are not in a desperate situation and they just can't move their properties right now because of the flooding of all these other foreclosures, so much inventory on the market, they just can't move them. So what I'm doing is I'm focusing on that kind of property, right? So I'm staying away from banks these days. I'm sick and tired of, I have a lot of property, so it's hard for me to borrow money. Maybe some of you people can still do it, but I pay attention to all the gurus, and what really hit me hard was Ron LeGrand said 2 weeks ago, don't do it. Don't borrow money from banks. He thinks it's incredibly too risky. And I kind of already believed that, but it was great, you know, affirmation to hear it from a guy like him. So how am I finding these deals? Well, I'm not finding them the conventional way. Years ago when I got in this business, I went on the MLS, I looked for properties, and then I bid on those properties through a realtor. I just think that technique is dead right now. There's so much inventory out there. But it's not going to just come to your computer. You've actually got to go out there and find them. And some of the techniques that I want to use today, which I'm going to explain on the next slide. Look, I'm a realtor. I love real estate agents, okay? But they're a roadblock when you're involved in seller financing, subject to, or anything like that. Because they just don't get it. They can't get out of their tunnel vision of how they think. And if you start calling realtors off the MLS trying to ask them questions like, is this house free and clear? I mean, forget it. You're just wasting your time. I mean, you might find a deal out of 100, but for the most part, it's just driving you nuts. So what kind of houses am I buying, Judith? I'm buying houses that are not for sale. That's the kind of houses I'm buying. I'm dropping direct marketing to the kind of neighborhoods and the kind of properties I want to buy, and I'm looking for the person whose house is not for sale so that I have no competition to buy that house. Okay? So how am I doing that? I got two lists of ways that you can do it here. The list on the left is the free way. Okay? You can go to meetings like this and network and run around and tell everybody, hey, I buy houses. You can talk to everybody that you know. Hey, I buy houses. You know anyone who's selling their house? You know anyone who wants to get out of their house? It ain't that hard to find them. I mean, they're falling off of trees like ripe apples right now. All you got to do is ask. Open your mouth and ask. Look on the internet. I mean, the number of sites on the internet to find